I really enjoyed the CELTA 100% online course at IH Mexico. One thing I really loved about it is that the 100% online nature of it allowed us to work at our own pace and fit in our CELTA work among our other obligations and commitments. So that was very helpful. Also, learning the functions of the online classroom was another thing that was very helpful about the online CELTA course. Now I went from feeling very intimidated to teaching online to now feeling very comfortable teaching online. So that was fantastic. I also feel that I learned a lot about grammar and lexis. And again, I went from feeling very nervous about teaching English to now feeling very confident about my abilities to plan a lesson and to deliver a class. It was a very enjoyable class. I would recommend it very highly. I think the thing that I benefited from the most would be the teaching practice sessions. The teaching practice sessions were challenging, but I saw a very steady growth in my ability to plan lessons and to deliver classes. And the feedback from the TP tutors was fantastic. They went into great detail about how to make our lessons better, how to strengthen our abilities to teach. I tried to incorporate the feedback from one week to another, and that did greatly help my ability to plan and deliver lessons. So while the teaching practices were challenging, I think I benefited the most from that practice in the course. The course units definitely did meet my expectations. I think I learned a lot from the course material, specifically grammar and lexis, which were my weakest points before taking the CELTA course. I learned a lot, pronunciation as well, using the phonemic alphabet, which I definitely need more practice and more work on. And a couple things that in particular I learned from the unit on creating guided discovery handouts. That helped me immensely. So my TP tutor suggested using guided discovery, but I wasn't really sure how to do that until I did the course unit on creating the handout. And when I tried that for the next teaching practice session, it worked so well to reduce teacher talking time and to make the lesson way more student-centered. And so that was super, super helpful. As I mentioned in one of the previous responses, the teaching practice, guided lesson planning, and the feedback from the TP tutors was very helpful. Before the CELTA course, I had teaching experience, but not with language teaching. As a native speaker, I have a very good but intuitive grasp on grammar for writing, but I felt very nervous about my ability to teach English language. And so the teaching practice was definitely where I saw the most growth throughout the course. And that was extremely helpful for boosting my confidence in my abilities to teach English. The TP tutors, both TP tutors that I had were fantastic. I feel like we got a lot of very detailed feedback, that they were paying very close attention to our lessons, and that they gave us wonderful feedback and also pointers for their own experience for things, very specific things like how to do ICQs more effectively and how to do guided discovery. And I feel like I learned so much from the teaching practice, and now I feel very confident to plan and deliver lessons. And I'm really looking forward to beginning my actual teaching career. One piece of advice that I would give to future CELTA 100% online candidates would be to sign up for the course as early as you can and use the lead up time to really study grammar and lexis. That would have been helpful to me if I had more time to have done that. However, I still did learn a lot throughout the course, and now I do feel confident. Another thing that I would suggest to future candidates would be to really look at online teaching tools and familiarize themselves with the platforms that we use to teach online, like Zoom, all the Google apps, and all the other myriad tools that are out there, because that is also something very important for the online classroom. And my final suggestion would be, when planning lessons, to focus on the target language analysis sheet at the end of the planning process. I mean, of course, for grammar lessons, it would be better to do it at the beginning, but especially for receptive skills and productive skills lessons, I found that doing the target language analysis sheet at the beginning really ate up a lot of time, and I never really used it in the lesson itself. While it was a good exercise to go through the idea of anticipating problems, I did feel like relying on it too highly in the lesson actually was detrimental to my delivery of the lesson. It resulted in a lot of teacher talking time at the beginning. And so, yes, my suggestion would be to kind of put that on the back burner of lesson planning and really do it at the end of the process, so that your lesson does not have too much teacher